Technology has come a long way since the invention of the wheel. Jump forward 5,000 years, and students in the Annapolis Valley are wondering if they've got what it takes to master the world of robots and to take technology into the next century. Dale White with the story.
Acadia University recently hosted its first annual high school robot programming competition. As the finishing touches are put on the course, Dr. Danny Silver explains today's goals.
The primary objective really was to interest students at the high school level and show them that through their actual doing that they can actually write programs that manipulate robots, or if they wish, manipulate presentations on a screen, that they're capable of not just cruising the web and playing video games, but they can actually work at creating those sorts of technologies and pushing that down to high school level and getting them interested in education, in computer programming, computer science in general, even at that level. It needs to start to be done now in the local schools in Nova Scotia, because it's being done in a lot of schools throughout the rest of North America.
The competition, though quite serious and educational, we learn it's also a little lighthearted.
It seems pretty competitive, but I think all in all everybody's open to suggestions. It's good to kind of spy on the other teams and get some good ideas going.
The students had to write a program for the robots that would recognize different colored objects while finding its way through a particular maze.
These kits come with not only the regular Lego types of parts, but they have the little microcomputer brick, it's called, referred to the Lego brick. And it has an infrared sending and receiving device on its front, and that's the way it communicates with the computer. The communication is strictly for programming of the little unit, and then it runs autonomously on its own, right, without any help from the computer or the students after it's been programmed. The programming on typically a laptop, because we need something that's portable to go with the portability of these, the students worked this year with an environment, a programming environment that was very, very visual. They actually move around little blocks on a screen, each block indicating things such as turn on this motor, move forward for this many seconds.
This here is a button sensor. Now, if the button is pressed, you can see on the robot here, if this is considered a button. So if one of these buttons is pressed, then it'll go down here, but if it's not pressed, then it'll go over here. So if it is pressed, this means that motors A and C move backwards for 0.1 second, and then it turns right for 0.7 seconds.
Most students found the test to be a little challenging, especially when it came to determining the different colored golf balls. However, that's all a part of the game.
Oh, I love programming, and I'm not really in that many extracurriculars, so this was a new experience, and robotics really interests me, programming in general.
Probably the most interesting thing was to determine the level of capability of the students, and they rose to the occasion. I think they excelled beyond our expectations. Clearly we can make certain aspects more challenging, perhaps other areas a little more constrained and more refined in terms of the requirements. We'll be moving, I think, towards having a slightly broader competition, and that we may invite a larger number of schools. We'll likely look at the same number of competitions, but perhaps a more diverse set. It doesn't have to be just mobile robots, it can be actually arms picking up things.
There were some learning curves during the event, but overall the day was a success for both organizers and participants.
Bottom line, today has been about really, for many, an introduction to really how relatively easy it is to design and develop software for manipulating small devices like this, what we're seeing increasingly in our own homes and in cars and etc., and getting excited about it, having a lot of fun, and getting a lot of great prizes.
I'm definitely going to be in computer science, yes. I love it, so it's definitely my passion. It's what I'm good at, so why not, really?
And for their first place effort, Matthew's goals and those of his Avon View High School team members, Caitlin Walker, Evan Brown, and Bjorn Whelans, will be a little easier. Each one received a $500 tuition certificate to attend Acadia. From the McKean Room at Acadia University in Wolfville, I'm Dale White for EastLink Magazine.